the guest for the tea ceremony. What you will be observing tonight is a Japanese cultural art that is 400 years old. It began with the first tea master of the Urasenki tea school, Sensei. Each tea ceremony embodies the four virtues of tea: harmony, tranquility, respect, and purity. There are many styles of tea. What you will be seeing tonight is dure, the sitting style. This was developed by the Japanese in the 1800s to accommodate their Western visitors. As the guests enter the tea room, they first observe the simple decorations in the room, the flower arrangement and the scroll. The flower is arranged as it would appear in its natural state. It is a very simple arrangement. The scroll reads, "The flower is beautiful, the beauty momentary." This is to remind the guests of to appreciate the moment of the tea gathering. The guests then move to the tea preparation area, where they will observe the kama, the kettle, and the mizusashi, the water pitcher. If you listen carefully, you will hear the sound of the water in the kettle. It sounds like wind in the pines. The guests do this ritual in order to show appreciation for the artist who created the utensils and for the preparation the host has made in anticipation of their arrival.
Temperature of the water is just right. I'll prepare some tea.
The helper, or hanto, enters the room and brings sweets, or cookies, that the guests will eat. The sweets are very sweet, and the tea is very bitter, so it is a wonderful contrast of taste between the two. The host brings the tea utensils into the room. The host has chosen the utensils to reflect the harmony with the nature or with the season. The utensils are always made of simple materials and always contain an element of imperfection to reflect the imperfection of our lives. The host arranges the utensils as he begins to prepare the tea. The host will purify the utensils with a fukusa, which is a silk cloth. This cloth represents the spirit of the host. A male will use a purple cloth and the female a red cloth as they prepare tea. The host pauses with a hishaku, or the ladle, and holds it before his heart. This helps to give him a moment of concentration and reflection so that he can prepare the best bowl of tea. The host looks at the whisk or the chasen and he inspects it and to see that it is clean. This act shows consideration for his guests. Each chasen is made from a single piece of bamboo and split to make the lines of the tines of the chasen. A string is interwoven between the tines of bamboo so that it is separated. The host wipes the chawan or the tea bowl with a clean white cloth.
Please take some sweets.
The guests are invited to have a sweet while the tea is prepared. The sweets themselves have a design to them and are used according to the season of the year. Each guest will turn to the guest next to them and excuse themselves for going first in taking the sweet. This helps to emphasize the respect shown to one another during the tea ceremony. The standardized language of the ceremony frees the host and guests from the emotions of everyday interaction and focuses their attention on the communion of the moment. When the tea is ready, the honto will deliver the tea to each guest. A broad brocade cloth protects the hand from the heat of the tea bowl.
How was the temperature of the tea?
Just right.
Would you like some more tea? Excuse me.
As the guest drinks the tea, you will notice with the tea bowl as well as the utensils, there is a front and a back, and you will notice the turning of the bowl so that the guest drinks from the back of it. The Hanto has brought us the second bowl of tea for the guest, while the host cleans the tea bowl and makes tea for another guest. The natsume, or the tea container, can be made of many different materials, and many times is the most revered object of the utensils. The shishaku, or the tea scoop, is made of bamboo. There are many different types of tea. There is thin tea and thick tea, and depending upon the season, the host will decide which he will serve the guests. There are many different types of tea as well, and many times the guest will ask what prefecture it comes from.
Ipodo,
The tea's name?
Fukumukashi,
The cookie was very delicious. Where came from?
Kyoto,
Special name?
Springton.
Thank you very much.
There is a ritual etiquette for the person that drinks the tea as well as for the host. And the guest will raise the tea bowl high first, and that is out of respect for the host that made the tea.
Please clean up.
I'll clean up now.
After the last bowl is returned to the host, the utensils will be cleaned and returned to their place. This orderliness reminds those at the ceremony to keep spirit and thoughts in order. A ladle of cold water is put into the kama to cool the water and to hush the kettle. The first guest has asked to see the utensils, the natsume, the tea container. The host, before the guest sees it, will purify it with the fukusa. The guest will also look at the tea scoop, or shashaku. The guest will observe the workmanship, then handle the object, and then look again for a final appreciation for it. As the guest is doing that, the host is returning the tea utensils to the preparation room.
Senrikyu, Nakamura Sotetsu, Honsai, Evening Spring.
The guests now take their leave, once again viewing the chabana, the Japanese flower arrangement, the scroll, and pausing and bowing by the table where the tea utensils are. Now, when modern conveniences and mechanization relieves man from most labor, the time and energy required to prepare a bowl of tea might seem unnecessary. But a bowl of tea, when prepared according to the principles of Chado, the way of tea, is a ritual developed to meet man's need for inner tranquility. It is a ritual of simplicity and economy, wherein all can find peace in a bowl of tea.
Thank you.